All right. What's going on? So today is Friday the 26th. All right. Top of the morning. Top of the morning to you. So I woke up out of a nice long sleep. So NSA, yeah, I know you make those videos about me sleeping and all that. So you know what? Hey, you guys up in Laurel, hey, the NSA, right? So you get to get their retirement coming in every month or whatever. All right. Then you can get that sleep. All right. So that's something that y'all need to be working on. Get your retirement, your VA, right? All right, do that instead of peeking through them cameras, watching them girls or whatever, them guys take showers or at the gym over there at Aberdeen Proving Ground or down there at Fort Meade, okay, or Fort Belvoir. All right, that's what y'all need to worry about. But you can do that. All right, you can do that and then be able to, get your business the way that you want to do it, to set your own hours or whatever. Okay, instead of working for the government, being a slave to the government. Now, speaking of government, I believe that Andrew Tate may be a CIA plan as well, but we're going to get in. We'll talk about that a little bit later. This has been a very interesting subject here. I've been studying today and yesterday about this guy. Comes from nowhere, and this guy's got like what 5 million. I heard he's got what 5 million or 7 million. Okay, somebody give me the correct amount, but it jumped from what I understand from looking at podcasts from like 1 million from when Kevin Samuels passed away, what, about 4 months ago, up to like 4.5 to 7 million people. Okay, so that 7 million may be a different amount on TikTok. I think he was more popular on TikTok, or he had more subscribers on TikTok. Okay, but you can make the longer content on YouTube. So a little bit about Andrew Tate, because he was banned from all social media. And I'm thinking like, wow, okay. So when I say that he's banned, I think that he's not able to create like a profile that he can be able to, you know, uh, do his content. And I'm thinking, man, I've never seen anything like that before. I might be headed that way too. What you think though, Mr. President? Huh? How about the discussion this early in the this morning? Huh? I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, sir. I'd be more than happy to extend you a Kleenex. Does telling the truth make make me thine enemy, sir? But anyway, this dude, okay, his father was from Chicago, and his mother, I don't know where his mother's from, but the way he talks, I think he lives out there in Britain, in the UK. Okay, so yeah, he's a biracial guy, 35 years old. He was a kickboxer, and then he got into selling courses, something about like kickboxing courses. All right, and then started getting into content creator, like pro truth and all that. Okay, in the conscious community. And again, for a while, I didn't even know about this guy, um, but man, but it does appear like this guy's like the new Kevin Samuels or beyond that. And Kevin Samuels, I think he was a little bit milder. Andrew Tate's comments are a little bit more extreme and more so to the right. Okay, he's more rightist, but you also have to look that those countries over there in the East, even in Europe, are probably more rightist, more dogmatic than it is in the Western world. And I think that's where we have a problem, being that the internet is worldwide. You don't want to know the truth, and you may not want to listen to his content. But now his father was a champion chess player and was worked in the CIA, from what I understand. So I don't know if maybe he had some affiliation either directly or indirectly. But naturally, if your father works in the government or probably has some type of intelligence, then that's going to be something that's going to trickle indirectly on the family. Okay, because it's probably assumed that the family or the spouse, that they probably know something. Okay, to a certain extent. Okay, Now, the comments that were made, and I took a look at the video, all right, where I don't know who they interviewed or whatever. You guys know that's listening to this channel about him protecting a woman. Now, he started off good that, he was a typical man. He likes to ask the lady out. He likes to take the lady out on a date, show chivalry, and he pays for the date. Nothing wrong with that. And then he went on to say um, about protecting the woman. And yes, he was correct, but I think that he had a bad choice of words when he said, well, if you compare it to a dog or to a kid, okay, then it's somewhat in comparison, it's linear to that, but I think it was a bad choice of words, and I do believe that the interviewers had skipped over that and got offended. I think that they got offended because the dude was speaking truth, okay, he was speaking facts, and I guess that was a way to deflect it, and so forth. But I think that it was a series of events that led this man to get terminated. Now, in 2016, he became prominent, but he had ran into an instance where, he beat up a woman, okay? And that was a serious issue, all right? That he had a few legal issues, and I'm not sure if it's women, okay, with women, all right? But that could be one of the factors right there. See, I think it was tic-tac stuff that built up over time, and I think he didn't really even realize it. I was listening to a few podcasts. I did my research. Since y'all think, like NSA and, you gang stalkers don't think I did any research. But I did read up on Andrew Tate and all that, okay? But what I wanted to say was, I looked at a lawyer's point of view, and I'm not going to say the lawyer's name, okay? That he can petition to get his channels back, okay? But the lawyer felt as though he pissed somebody off. Now, again, I did say that his father was a CIA agent, all right? And that it was alleged that he made some indirect statements or whatever. I don't know if he more than likely, as a kickboxer, you're going to have sponsors. And these sponsors, okay, you do have to be selective or whatever and be able to talk in a corporate fashion, okay? They don't want to hear politics, religion, and that type of stuff because they will drop you. And I just think that indirectly he was hurting himself because he did have, sponsors and all that. Another thing was he made some indirect comments about the mob. And I think the mob takes that very, very seriously, okay? That's a very dangerous, they don't really play that. So I think, again, when you add all these factions, they probably got together and said, no, you know what I'm saying, to slow this man down. So, in other words, he probably pissed somebody important off, okay? Or pissed somebody off that knew somebody. And again, these corporations had got together and they welded on him, all right? Kind of like an Osiris ritual. But the lawyer did say that it does have a case to petition, all right? And probably get a good lawyer and can get his channels back. But I think what it is a combination of him pissing somebody off. The guys is gotten too big, too fast, facts, and, the social media that we have is controlling the narrative, okay, that is trying to get more of a matriarchal world, and there's people that's pushing back towards that. And I want to leave you with this, okay? All right? Because some people do tend to, when they get the one up or whatever, then their words become too strong. The woman is the man's helper, okay? The woman is appointed by the Most High to help the man, okay? So we're not under the yoke anymore where you have bought rights to a woman and all that stuff. You don't own her, that she is your helper there, man, okay? Or black man, okay? So just because you may be providing for her, that doesn't mean that you own her, you own anything. Again, your job is to protect her, and he was right. But that doesn't mean that she's your property. And I understand the biblical way and all that, but we're not back in those days anymore. Your job is to protect her. Her job is to support you. That's the way the roles are, okay? So, and yes, there is a difference. I think they spoke on, of what a man's inabilities, okay? And women are capable of doing a lot of things our men are doing, that men can do. But the difference is biological, okay? Biological. That's just the way things are set. Genesis, book of Genesis, early in Genesis. The Most High created the man in the image of God, and then created the woman from the man's rib as the man's helper. Remember that, okay? And that's not to be deviated from. And that's to be able to respect the men and women that's listening to this video. But I thank you for your time. I know it's long-winded, but I wanted to, like I say, after doing my research, y'all, and look at that podcast, and thank you for your time, okay? Feel free to subscribe, like, share, check out some of my other videos.